Welcome to Leadership Legacy Radio, where we inspire you to live your dreams, encourage you to take massive action, and be your authentic and genuine self. We focus on 3 pillars. That's empowering youth, equipping leaders, and enriching marriages so that you can go out and dominate your space.
If you're ready to dominate, you're listening to the right show. This is the Leadership Legacy Radio. Now let's go.
What's up, everybody? You know what time it is. Your favorite time of the day, my favorite time of the day. It's time to elevate your business in 10. Let's get to it. Listen, I'm excited because really I'm always excited. I'm always fired up. I'm always ready to really add value and deliver, because that is something that I believe that I have been called to do. I'm going to show up every day and give it my very best. Now, I'll tell you that despite wanting to show up, despite having the desire to show up and wanting to go do the things that I've been called to do, I struggle with the same thing that you're probably struggling right now listening to this message. You know, before I ever got paid to speak, to coach, before I launched my business, before I had a mic in my hand, I had so many years of experience under my belt. And it was just different when it was me on my own, with no rank, no uniform, no structure behind me. It was like, oh man, I got to put myself out there. I have to put my name out there. That imposter syndrome comes in, and it comes in like a tidal wave. It comes in like a flood. If you've ever been swimming and you go to the beach and you go out to the water and you get like, you're walking out and then this wave is coming, you're trying to decide, do I go straight into it or do I go this way? Now, either way, you're going to get hit. Either way, you are going to get hit. Now, it's how you respond to that wave, right? So you need to pay attention, and that wave is the negative thoughts that tend to creep into your mind. And those thoughts are based on the patterns of your past. For me, it sounded like, are you really ready to do this? Will people see the value that you bring? What if this doesn't work? Who are you to do this? Who do you think you are? And oftentimes these come from a unconscious place from your past. You know, we are creatures of habit. We tend to do things that make us comfortable. And so if you do what you've always been comfortable doing, you'll be where you've always been. And so for me, I want you to go to a new level. I want you to go to new heights. And I know that I was built and called to serve at a very high level. But I will tell you, we create these invisible ceilings for ourselves. I know a lot of people that can relate to the ceilings that are just put there, the ceilings that just come up. And I want you to understand that you have the power to speak into that and remove that barrier out of your way. Now, for me, it wasn't that I lacked experience. I had plenty of experience to speak, to train, to teach, to coach, and to lead teams. And I did it at a really high level, whether it was small teams, large teams. I did it. And it wasn't because I had to. If you've been following my journey for the last couple of weeks, I will tell you that a lot of the things that I did were by choice. When I spoke, you know, for organizations, when I went and I led a large volunteer organization, it was because it was something that I saw in myself. I had this desire to do more, to want to be more, and I bet on myself. And this is what this journey is going to take from you. You're going to have to bet on yourself, and you're going to have to go all in on yourself. Now, the fact that I had mentored 1,000 individuals at that point and coached people and spoken multiple times didn't help with my doubt. It didn't help with my belief. And it was because this time it was my message. It was my voice. It was my name that I was putting out there. And if you have, like most people, any kind of like pride, any kind of like, you know, just wanting to do good, if you want to do good, you are going to get nervous. If you want to show up at the very best way that you can, you are going to get nervous because now you are on your own. So for me, it was something that I was stepping into the unfamiliar, and I wanted to make sure that I did a really good job. So I will tell you that as you battle these voices, these conversations that start to come up in your head, I want you to ask yourself, what is the source? That's the second thing that I want to share with you is like, where is this information coming from? Where did this belief come from? Was this a past failure? Was this a past conversation? Was this something that I actually experienced, or was this somebody's opinion? And then challenge that fact. Whether you're familiar with it or not, I want you to challenge that, because listen, you are meant to go out and do great things. Now, I will tell you that oftentimes when you go out to speak, you might, be apprehensive about, oh, I need to look like this person, I need to look like that person. And that is one of the challenges that you're going to face. You're comparing apples to oranges. You are you and they are them. They are who they are, and that's okay. Let them be them, but you need to let yourself be you. In order for you to walk in the greatness, in your calling, you need to focus on where you are and where you're trying to go. Not looking to the left, not looking to the right, not getting distracted with other people and what they're doing. Listen, if I was worried about all of the amazing mentors that I have and trying to look just like them, guess what? I would not show up. I probably would not get out of bed because I'm like, I do not have it together. But guess what? They put on their pants just like you do. One leg at a time. They put on their clothes just like you do. If they put on a shirt, they put it over their head and then they put it on. They put one arm in at a time. Or they put two arms in. Hey, regardless, they put it on just like you. If they have a button up, they button it up just like you. So stop comparing and stop worrying about what it looks like. Listen, I was listening to a very predominant speaker, and they did two things that really stood out to me, because one of the things that I love to do is watch people speak and see how they communicate, see how they articulate, and how they command the audience. And this guy, if I were to tell you his name, you'd be like, yep, I know who that is. Most people would know who they are. But this person did two things that were really powerful, and it really just confirmed to me that, listen, I can show up just the way I need to and be authentic. This guy pulled out a laminated card and said, let me read this to you because this is really funny. And then they read the card, and then they just went about their day like they weren't getting paid $100,000s of dollars to actually speak on this stage. The next thing that they did is they said, hey, I want to teach you something that I learned, and here is where it is. And they pulled out an iPad and they had it in front of them, and they just basically taught from an iPad. Listen, some of the best people that you will ever see speak are authentic, genuine, and they are not trying to be like anybody else. So if you needed permission, if you needed encouragement, if you needed to make sure that you knew that it was time for you to walk in your purpose, this is it. This is your time. This is your time to actually go out and do what you were meant to do and to walk in the excellence that you already are. Listen, I want you to now, anytime you have a thought pattern that comes in your mind, a limiting belief, I don't want you to just like remove it, right? Removing it doesn't necessarily help, but I want you to replace it with something. Because when you replace it, you fill a void, right? And when you fill a void, those thoughts can't come back in. So I want you to replace that thought, that conversation, whatever it is that you remember telling yourself, whether it's, who do you think you are? Money doesn't grow on trees. You are not meant for this. You didn't come from the right side of the track. Whatever that is, replace it with an empowering truth. Don't leave that space empty, because you will go back to that old thought. Fill it with a thought, a conversation, a word, a encouragement that aligns with your purpose and your true potential. I need you right now to walk in the authority that you have. I need you right now to walk in your purpose. Listen, you have a powerful message. You have something that the world needs, but they're not going to get it if you don't show up. Somebody is waiting for you to say what you need to say. Your message needs to be said, and only you can deliver it. If I don't do what I'm called to be, what would it look like when my story ends? I am telling you, I am imploring you, I'm encouraging you right now. You need to go out and walk in your purpose. I want you to be who you were meant to be and more. But the only way that you can do that is if you show up. So the challenge moving forward is for you to walk in your authority. Speak life. Speak encouragement. Go out and do the things that you've been called to do. Because listen, somebody out there is waiting for you to say what you need to say. And when you do, when you say that, they're going to be free. They're going to be encouraged. They're going to be uplifted, and they're going to be able to walk in their purpose just because of what you said. So stop playing games. Stop thinking small. Listen, if you are a person that believes that you need a confirmation, this is that confirmation. There's a scripture, there's a passage that says, as a man think in his heart, so is he. So if you think small, you will lead small. If you act scared, you will get stuck. You need to believe in yourself because you are fully equipped and fully resourced to go out and do what you've been called to do. Listen, stop letting fear show up and go out and drive the car of your awesomeness. Listen, it's been a pleasure to be with you. Have an amazing weekend. Go out and crush it, but especially in your sphere of influence. And that's why I always say, go out and dominate your space.